So you have your fight coming up with Anderson Silva, and I wish we had more time to talk about this, but we do have a few minutes. You shared with me your feelings and thoughts about it kind of behind the scenes. Now, what are you willing to share with the listeners and viewers
About
about
Anderson
your
Silva.
feelings about fighting Anderson Silva?
Um, Anderson Silva is one of the greatest of all time. It's not what he did; it's how he did it. To to do what he did, it's just mind blowing how he keeps us entertained. It's like a video game character. In my early days in my career, of course, I was compared to him, and I remember prior to even getting to the UFC, I saw him on my buddy's rooftop in Manhattan, probably 8 years ago or a little bit more. Anyways, we're watching him, and I'm like, who is this guy? This guy is amazing. I would love to train. I didn't say fight him. I said train with him. I would love to train with this guy. Of course, you know, I got in my career and stuff. I started to mimic him because I'm a great person at mimicking. I learned from video games, so I mimic the cool art, and I mimic some of his moves. I watch his training and stuff like that. And Anderson inspires a lot of our new generations that are coming up in the fight world with his craftiness. So the first time that it didn't happen, I remember before it happened, 2 months prior of training, it took me around a month to get my mind wrapped around the idea, fuck, I'm fighting Anderson Silva. Because it's like, how is he gonna, what is he gonna do to me? That's what you know? And, and you know, I got out of that, and I got even more motivated. And I remember just becoming such a beast because I was like, yes, this is the guy that's gonna get me out of that little shell, you know? And when it didn't happen, I was devastated. I wasn't too as devastated, but later on, I remember seeing him. I think it was a night that he lost. It might have been the night that he lost to Weidman. I want to say the second time that, and I was fighting Chris Lieben, and we were backstage, and we made eye contact. And I'm sure he knew who I was because I came off The Ultimate Fighter. And Chael Sonnen was looked at him and be like, "You can beat that guy," you know. And we made eye contact, and I showed my respect. And he looked at me, and he put his fist up, and he was like, and I knew what that meant. It was more of just like a believe in yourself, you know, just
I just
you
got
can do it.
chills. Yeah.
And it was such an incredible moment. And I remember when I went out there, I was dancing. Fucking, I beat the guy that he fought his first fight into the UFC, which was Chris Lieben. I beat Chris Lieben on his last fight. So there was a connection.
Yeah.
And I'm watching old videos. I'm seeing his picture with my picture. I'm watching old videos. I'm seeing his video with my video. It's always connecting us. So in the back of my head, I was like, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to fight this dude at some point. So when I got the call to do it, I was like, yeah. Because I was like, he's probably older. I don't want to fight him now. But to me, he's that championship mindset. He's that championship fight. Because he's my idol that became my rival. To me, I made it. Because that was the guy I looked at and say, yeah, I want to be like him. And now I'm going up against him. It's a fantastic story.
I love it. It's so heartwarming. And I love that you're so genuine about it, and you're willing to kind of put your heart out there and say, this is a really big deal for me. This was my idol and I'm fighting him. And there's a lot of pressure involved, and I respect him so much. And he impacted me so much earlier in my career. And here we are. And I love it. I mean, the fight is when? October?
Halloween.
Oh, wow. October 31st.